practice been going this week after a short turnaround after a game where you guys were pretty productive?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a very disappointing loss. It was tough and very, emotional, and had a great opportunity to win the game and just didn't finish the right way. But I've been really proud of the players and how they've responded. I think they've had the right attitude coming out here and having the mindset to continue to work to get it right and continue to get better each and every week. So I've been proud of the progress, and obviously a short week, and we're playing a really good defense against Tulsa. They got a really good scheme, and so it's really important for us to really nail down what they're doing. So a lot of our physical work is done, but we still have plenty of mental work to go prior to this game.
Charlie, Tulsa's faced a couple of pretty outstanding teams.
Yes.
What do you see in their defense that makes it so effective? I know they got that horse in the middle, linebacker.
Absolutely.
But what do you think has really been making the difference for them?
I think they got two things. Number one, I feel like schematically, they're a really good defense. They do some things out of their 3-down package that make it difficult to attack certain areas of the field. They do a good job of kind of boxing things in and making you run the ball inside to some big players, like you said. With some of those linebackers are big in there and big up front. So I think that's number one. Number two, personnel-wise, they're good. Their corners are big and physical. They bully receivers, push them to the sideline, and then up front, they've really dominated the first 2 games of the season. Done a great job of playing physical and stopping the run and trying to make people one-dimensional. And so I think they've done a really good job thus far this year.
Coach Scott said that example of Duke's touchdown where he's very physical.
Yes.
You guys have been using that kind of as an example to the receivers. I mean, if you could just tell us what you've been kind of coaching them up on when you're facing a team that kind of pushes you out of bounds.
Absolutely. So with their corners, they're tall and long and physical, and so you definitely have to play extremely physical. So this week in practice, we've had our scout team corners do a great job of, hey, get up in their face, be in their grill, be physical, and dominate them. So you really got to get that look from the scout team. They've done a great job of doing that right there. But from the receiver perspective, it's just really a challenge to play physical, and you got to play every play. You can't take any plays off because these guys are gonna play hard every single play. And if you take a play off, they're gonna embarrass you and put you to the sideline. So it's really that mentality of going out there and playing physical like Dukes did on his touchdown. You can see how easy it is when you play like that to have some production.
Coach, obviously you'd like to clean up the turnovers, but the last couple of times you've been moving the ball, the last couple of games, I should say, you've been moving the ball very well.
Right.
Do you see that largely as a byproduct of sticking with Jordan at the quarterback and the comfort level growing between the unit and him?
I think it's not just Jordan, but maybe just the offense as a whole. Maybe early in the year, a couple things, with the virus going on and having certain players out, up front especially, pretty well documented. And then overall, us too, just, finding our groove of who are the players we're trying to get the ball to. Johnny Ford's kind of emergence. And then, finally, this has been the last 2 weeks, we've had our offensive line kind of in shape and with our starters in. And I think that shows, how their improvement from the first game against ECU. Talked about a lot of communication errors. And then we go against Temple, and those guys up front were much better with that stuff and making the right calls and going to the right people. So Jordan's certainly a factor in that and sticking with him. But I think it's just the offensive continuity as a whole, playing the same guys.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about your screen game this year? It seems like over the weeks it's kind of started to progress. You guys have had a lot of success from it. Johnny Ford especially, good running the ball, catching the ball. Do you think Jordan's ability to operate the offense kind of at an intermediate short length kind of helps that a lot? And what would you say about the screen game? Do you expect to expand on that a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you totally got it right. I think Jordan, kind of call our quarterbacks like point guards. He's really good at distributing the ball in those short to intermediate passes. That's one of his strengths. And then obviously our running backs, they're good, shifty, smaller guys. So it's very useful to use those guys in that way. And especially after the ECU game too, we'd had some success with the screen stuff, more of the receiver screen and the perimeter stuff, but definitely had to make an emphasis of getting the running back screens going, some tight end screens, doing some different things like that to help us because, with smaller backs, as you guys talked about, people bringing pressure and having some matchup issues with that. Hey, let's, get those guys on some screen passes and slow the rush down. So I certainly think that's something we're going to continue to build on every single week.
The coach was saying with Jordan, he sees that he's playing well within the flow of the game. He had that 95-yard drive, that drive at the end where you needed to score, and he led you guys down. He's still being accurate. These past 2 games, what can you say about his maturation as the starting quarterback?
Yeah, I think he's done a really good job with the passing game and distributing the ball, knowing where to go. Once again, I think his confidence in what he's doing has continued to grow. It's just being in that offense and definitely being in the groove of being the starter and being the guy and doing all that. He certainly made big strides. We certainly have improvement to go, and the biggest thing for him is just eliminating those 3 or 4 plays that can define a game that are bad. Whether it's turnovers or a missed throw here or there. But I'm really proud of him and how he's continuing to grow, and I'm proud of him too for we have the fumble touchdown, which was a huge play, and then to come back with the 2-minute drive at the end of the game and take us all the way down the field. So he's doing some good things.
The strides you guys are making, how exciting is it to get a primetime ESPN game at home to showcase what you guys are doing?
No, it's great, and we always talk about the next game is always the most important game, but I'm excited each and every week to go out and continue to get better and see where this thing goes.
But something I thought you guys did a really good job about last weekend was fighting all 60 minutes. You guys really played the full game, just didn't fall your way.
Yeah.
Can you just speak a little bit about how impressed you are and how proud you are of those guys, just really fighting all 60 minutes, kind of tooth and nail?
Extremely. I mean, I think it says a lot about our guys and the things that they've gone through from the off season to starting off slow this year, and even starting the game down 10-0 pretty quick in the first quarter. I didn't think they blinked and continued to fight and claw and make their way, and we really played to win, and obviously it just didn't go our way, but extremely proud of this team and how they've continued to grow and not quit and not give up and continue to fight. So it's very encouraging. We just got to continue to make that progress, and the results will eventually show.
Dollison has shown game-breaking ability. You can talk about how he's grown during the season so far.
Yeah, early in the year, he may be playing 10 to 15 snaps a game. And just trying to get him a few touches here or there, just knowing what he can do. But he's continued to show that he can operate the offense and do everything that we need the slot position to do. And so as the time's gone on, we've said, hey, this is one of the guys that we need to get the ball to. And obviously we got him quite a few touches in the past game on Saturday. And so I think he's played about 35, 40 snaps in that last game. And so continuing to see that progress and continuing to see how he plays with the ball in his hands makes us want to play him even more.
Good stuff.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.